Assalamu alaikum. This is Shoruk Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Emphasis given on strengthening coordination among law enforcing agencies ahead of elections, says Chief Advisor's Press Secretary. National Consensus Commission seeks to finalize Reform Charter by July 31st, says Commission Vice President. Follow photocracy possible through participation of all, not through movement of single party, says BNP Secretary General. Families of July martyrs and July warriors of Chattogram demand speedy trial of July massacre, formulation of July Charter and reforms. Leaders of Thailand and Cambodia to hold peace talks in Malaysia as border dispute enters fifth day. And England becomes champions of women's Euro football, shattering Spain's dream. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. A review meeting on the law and order situation and the preparations of law enforcement for the upcoming parliamentary elections was held at the State Guest House Jamuna in the capital today. Chief Advisor Professor Dryunus presided over the meeting. Home Advisor retired Lieutenant General Jahangir Alam Chaudhary and senior officials of law enforcement agencies were present in the meeting. The two-hour meeting discussed election preparations and what work could be strengthened during the election. After the meeting, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam and Deputy Press Secretary Ajad Mujumdar briefed the reporters about the outcomes of the meeting. Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said emphasis has been given on strengthening coordination among law enforcing agencies ahead of the elections.
সামনে যে ইলেকশন আসছে ইলেকশনের যে প্রস্তুতি আমাদের কিরকম এবং সেই অনুযায়ী আমরা কি কাজ আরো করতে পারি জোরদারভাবে সেগুলো নিয়ে আলাপ হয়েছে। প্রথম ছিল যে কোঅর্ডিনেশন বাড়ানো, আর্মি, পুলিশ এবং গ্রাসরুটের যে লোকাল অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন এদের মধ্যে কোঅর্ডিনেশন বাড়ানোর কথা বারবার জোর দিয়ে বলা হয়েছে এবং এই কোঅর্ডিনেশনটা লোকাল লেভেলে এবং এটা একটা ন্যাশনাল লেভেলে দুইটা জায়গায় খুব দ্রুততার সাথে এটা কোঅর্ডিনেশন বাড়ানোর বিষয়ে জোরদার করে বলা হয়েছে। ইলেকশনের আগে পুলিশের প্রস্তুতির কথা বলা হয়েছে। সেপ্টেম্বর, অক্টোবর এবং নভেম্বরে 1.5 লক্ষ পুলিশের নির্বাচন বিষয়ে তাদেরকে ট্রেনিং দেওয়া হবে। সেনাবাহিনীর তরফ থেকে বলা হয়েছে যে প্রায় 60,000-এর মতো ট্রুপস এই নির্বাচনী ডিউটিতে থাকবেন। ন্যাশনাল ইনফরমেশন একটা সেন্টার যেখানে আমরা খুব দ্রুততার সাথে এই ডিসইনফরমেশনগুলোকে আমরা ডিবাঙ্ক করতে পারবো সেইটার একটা ক্রিয়েট করার চিন্তা ভাবনা হচ্ছে।
আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী বাহিনীকে হটস্পটগুলো নির্বাচনের আগে যে জায়গাগুলোতে সমস্যা হতে পারে বলে আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী বাহিনী মনে করে সেই স্পটগুলোকে দ্রুত আইডেন্টিফাই করার কথা বলেছে। আজকে প্রশাসনের রদবদল নিয়েও আলোচনা হয়েছে। রদবদলটা কী প্রক্রিয়ায় হবে সেটা নিয়ে আলোচনা হয়েছে এবং সে বিষয়ে কিছু সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে।
National Consensus Commission Vice President Dr. Ali Riyaz said the Consensus Commission reached an agreement with political parties on 12 issues regarding state reform, while efforts are ongoing to build consensus on the remaining issues. He said this during the opening statement of today's meeting between the Commission and political parties held at the Foreign Service Academy in the capital today. Dr. Riyaz said the Commission seeks to finalize a reform charter by July 31st at any cost, not through unilateral decisions but based on shared opinions, collective decisions and joint signatures from all parties. Today's discussion began with provisions regarding the Public Service Commission, Anti-Corruption Commission, Controller and Auditor General, Ombudsman appointments and women's representation in Parliament. However, the BNP delegation refrained from participating in the 20th session of the discussion, stating disagreement on the formation of separate selection committees for ensuring transparency in appointments to the ACC, PSC and Controller and Auditor General. Criticizing the BNP's workout for avoiding discussions on constitutional appointments, NCP's member secretary Akhtar Hussain said the party should have presented their views on the matter. Commission members Dr. Iftikharuzaman, Dr. Badiul Alam Majumdar, Safar Raj Hussain, Justice Emdadul Haq, Dr. Muhammad Ayub Mia and the Chief Advisor's Special Assistant Munir Hada were also present in the meeting. Representatives from 30 political parties including BNP, Jamaat-e-Islami, National Citizen Party NCP, Gano Adhikar Porishod, Gano Shanghoti Andolon, Communist Party of Bangladesh, Revolutionary Workers' Party and AB Party took part in the meeting. Another student, Sahil Farabi Ayan, died in a jet crash incident at Milestone School and College. He died while undergoing treatment at the National Institute of Bone and Plastic Surgery last night. Sahil Farabi Ayan was studying in the 7th grade of the English version of Milestone School and College. The formal hearing for the framing of charges over Rangpur Begum Rokeya University student Shahid Abu Said murder case began today. Abu Said was martyred during the July-August mass uprising last year. The hearing started at the 3-member International Crimes Tribunal headed by its chairman, Justice Nazrul Islam. 2 other members of the tribunal are Justice Muhammad Manzurul Bashir and Justice Nur Muhammad Shariar Kabir. Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tazul Islam presented the background of the murder of Shahid Abu Said during the hearing. Later, while briefing the media, Prosecutor Mizanul Islam said the tribunal scheduled tomorrow for the court-appointed defense lawyers' arguments in the case. The same tribunal today assigned 2 state-appointed lawyers to represent 8 fugitives in the case involving the burning of 6 bodies in Savar's Ashulia. Lawyer Sultan Mahmud represented the state in the case. The tribunal has scheduled the next hearing for 7th of August. Meanwhile, in another case related to the July-August mass uprising in Laxmipur, the International Crimes Tribunal 2 has ordered that 3 individuals, including a leader of the banned Chhatra League, be shown as arrested and sent to jail on charges of crimes against humanity for their alleged involvement in the killing of 5 people, including a student. The tribunal also directed that the arrestees be interrogated regarding their involvement in the incident. The next hearing for this case has been scheduled for 28th of September. Earlier in the morning, a total of 17 accused in 3 separate cases were produced before the tribunal. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said the fall of autocracy was only possible through the participation of all, not through the movement of a single party. He made this statement today while inaugurating a graffiti arts event organized by the Jubodol in front of the National Museum in the capital, marking the anniversary of mourning and victory of the July-August mass uprising. Jubodol President Abdul Monaim Munna presided over, while the party's General Secretary Muhammad Nurul Islam Noyan, Senior Vice President Rizal Kabir Paul and other leaders joined the event. Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said BNP is working to rebuild Bangladesh anew. National Citizen Party NCP convener Nahid Islam said discussions regarding the elections will take place after the adoption of the July Charter. He also emphasized that a level playing field must be ensured before the elections. He made these remarks today while speaking to journalists after meeting with families of martyrs of the July uprising at the Jamalpur Circuit House. The NCP held a street rally in Jamalpur today as part of its July March programs. The rally started at noon from Tamaltola in the town and ended in the Fauzdari area. Senior Joint Convener Samantha Sharmin, Senior Joint Member Secretary Tasnim Zara, Chief Coordinator Nasiruddin Patori and Joint Member Secretary Lutfur Rahman, among others, were present in the meeting. The families of the July martyrs and July warriors of Chattogram demanded a speedy trial of the July massacre, the formulation of the July Charter and reforms. They made these demands at the July Warriors Honours Ceremony at the July Uprising Memorial Hall of the Chattogram Press Club today. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam inaugurated the program in a video message. He said the first call for the fall of Sheikh Hasina's government came from Chattogram in the July Uprising. This week-long event was organized to commemorate the July Mass Uprising and honor the July warriors of Chattogram. In the program, the speakers recalled the contribution of July warriors in Chattogram. Members of the families of the martyrs in the July Uprising addressed the event. In the President's speech, the Deputy Commissioner called for unity in implementing the spirit of July. The guests present at the event honored the family members of the July martyrs and July warriors by presenting them with crests. Jahidul Karim Kochi, Member Secretary of the Interim Committee of the Chattogram Press Club, and leaders of various political parties addressed the event. The inhabitants of Chattogram has witnessed the first severe waterlogging during this monsoon season. Due to heavy rains, various low-lying areas of the city, including Tinpol Circle, Dampara GEC Circle, Muradpur, Katalganj, Panchlaish, Mohra, Chatgao, Agrabad, were submerged in knee to waist deep water. Due to the waterlogging, children and teenagers going to school in the morning, working people going to offices, men and women going out for urgent needs, and working people faced endless sufferings. The Potanga Meteorological Office recorded 55.2 millimeters of rainfall in Chattogram in the 24 hours till 3 p.m. today. Meanwhile, City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain visited various waterlogging-prone areas during the heavy rains in the city. At this time, he instructed the concerned ones to take immediate measures to solve the waterlogging problem. During the visit, the mayor listened to the complaints and sufferings of the local residents and said waterlogging is a long-standing problem of Chattogram city. Effective initiatives will be taken quickly in the drainage system. He directed the responsible engineers to immediately repair the drainage system and open the way for water movement. Now, international news. The leaders of Thailand and Cambodia are scheduled to hold peace talks in Malaysia shortly as a deadly border dispute carries on into its fifth day. The talks come after US President Donald Trump asked both nations to agree to a ceasefire as a precondition to their respective trade talks with Washington. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet called for an immediate ceasefire hours before the talks, while his Thai counterpart Phumtham Wechayachai said Cambodia must show genuine intent to de-escalate. At least 33 people have been killed and thousands displaced since the fighting started on 24th of July. The dispute between the two countries dates back to over a century when their borders were drawn after the French occupation of Cambodia. Israeli forces have killed 63 people in Gaza despite announcing plans for what it called daily humanitarian pauses to allow aid in. The victims included 34 aid seekers. Authorities in Gaza said 14 more Palestinians, including a baby, died of malnutrition over the last day. United Nations said Israel has eased some restrictions in Gaza, allowing 100 truckloads of aid to be collected, but warned that the amount was not enough to stave off famine and a catastrophic health crisis. Israel's attack on Gaza has killed at least 59,733 people and wounded 144,477. Meanwhile, France and Saudi Arabia are hosting a conference in New York in the USA to revive the stalled push for a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestinian conflict. Now, news and sports. Football. England became the champions of the Women's Euro football, shattering Spain's dream. England's women celebrated the title by winning the battle for continental supremacy by turning the grief of losing to Spain in the World Cup final 2 years ago. After the 120-minute match in the Women's Euro final ended in a 1-1 draw, England retained the title by winning 3-1 in the penalty shootout. Spain took the lead in the 25th minute of the match. Arsenal forward Mariona Caldenti headed home a cross from near the right byline in the box. England equalized in the 57th minute after the break. Forward Elysia Russo scored the equalizing goal with a wonderful head in the box from a cross from substitute Coley Kelly late in the first half. England fell behind early in the penalty shootout with Spain goalkeeper Katakole saving Beth Mead's shot. However, after this, English goalkeeper Hannan Hampton made great saves from Caldenti and Aitana Bonmati. Then England's Lee Williams' shot was also saved by Cole, but Spain's Salma Peleliu's shot was off target and England reached a convenient position. Coley Kelly came and sent the ball into the net with a great shot. The English camp was instantly filled with joy of bringing home the Euro trophy for the second time.